And in the legislature, where now he has to work with these people to find what we call a compromise. And that's what the democracy is all about. Finding that middle ground where you don't get everything you want and I don't get everything I want. But we find where we can both sort of be happy. Now, he's been pretty good at this. But he was taught very quickly, and one of the good things that he did, he had no government experience, but he immediately hired people, his key advisors, who had a ton of government experience. His chief of staff, his right-hand person, was a lobbyist for 30 years in town. He picked an advisor that used to work for a former governor that was here 40 years ago. So he put people around the table that had the government experience that he did not have, because he was smart enough to know that this was different. But on the very first issue that they ran into, which was taxing senior citizens, all of his advisors around the table told him, Governor, you won't be able to get the votes to do this. And he said, I don't care. I'm going to do this because it's the right thing to do. Okay? This gives you some insight. He's very headstrong. He's very driven. When he knows he's right, he's right. So here's what happened. And this was a good teaching lesson for him. The Republican leader in the Senate, Randy Richardville, went to the governor and said, Governor, this is not going to fly. You're not going to get the votes. You're going to have to change your position. Compromise. The governor said, I will not. It took 2 weeks, okay, of others coming to him and saying, Governor, you're going to have to bend. Because see what he's doing is he's doing his CEO number. My God, I'm in charge. And this is what we're going to do. And I'm not changing for anybody. Took him 2 weeks to figure out that that crap wasn't going to work. Okay? So what did he do? He compromised. What he did was he said, everybody over the age of 67, you don't have to pay the tax. Okay? And then he said, if you are under age 59, you'll pay the tax, but we're going to phase it in. Okay? So what he did is he found that middle ground. That was his first education into the legislative process. So he's very smart. He could have been dogmatic and stuck to his guns, and he would have gotten nothing because he couldn't get the votes. But because he compromised and because he changed his position, he got part of it. Not all of it, but he got part of it. So he's learning. He's learning the process. But there's a huge, government is very, very difficult to get people, what we call a consensus or a majority vote to get stuff done. But that's what governors have to do.